Good to see you.
Nice to see you, man.
Folks, we are here with the two-time Washington State High School champion, the freshman and Pac-12 conference champion in the 400 intermediate hurdles, Mr. CJ Allen. CJ, when did you begin your track career?
I started in 5th grade. My dad was a big track guy in high school, so he pushed me to start running in 5th grade. And I actually started hurdling in 5th grade too, which is crazy. And it was just one of those things where, I mean, like everyone kind of runs and jumps over, you know, and it's always bad. But like, I felt like I was like a better bad than, you know, like, like it was just something that I like doing.
Now that you're the CJ Allen, do you still have any idols?
Yeah, of course, man. I mean, there's like, it's a continual process to get better, and I am nowhere near Joshua, and you know, I understand that, and I work every day to get to the level that he's at. I mean, I just know that there's so many people out there that are they're just so talented that I have to do all the little things, you know, just to perform at that level, you know. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of people out there who I look up to.
Like, how has life changed from before you were named champion to now?
I don't think a lot has changed with me personally. My coach last year, Coach Mack, me and him talked about our final goal was winning Pac-12s. And I mean, every single day, you know, whether it was true or not, he told me I was the best, you know? Like, he told me I was the best. He told me I could win. He said, you know, like we're not gonna have problems with this, you know? And I'm like, Coach, you know, like, you can't put that much pressure on me, you know, like, I'm a freshman and like, I'm gonna be nervous, you know, like come on, this is a Pac-12, you know, it's a conference of champions, like, it's not gonna be a cakewalk, you know. And he was like, but I believe in you, you know, I believe in you. So I was like, okay. So I mean, he got in my head, you know, so I'm like, okay, I can do this, you know. Over the year, more and more with Pac-12, I was like, oh, I got this, you know. And then time started dropping, and just like, I mean, that end goal, man, it was just getting closer and closer and closer. And so for me, like, I just knew, like, you know, I was like, I can do this, you know, like, I'm in the runnings for this, you know, like, obviously you never know if you're gonna win, like, you hit a hurdle and you go down, it's over, you know, it's over, just like that. And so, I mean, but, you know, I was confident, I was really confident going in. And then, man, after I crossed the finish line, it was like, I was happy, but I was more relieved, you know, because it was like, if I let my coach down after he said all of this all year, you know, like, what's gonna happen, you know? But I mean, you know, it turned out for the better, and so it's just like, it's just a relief, you know. It was such a relief, and I mean, like, all my friends supported me, you know, throughout the year, and like, I definitely knew who like stood by me, you know. I mean, there's obviously the people who are gonna be like, you know, you're a freshman, you know, which is understand. I would say it, you know, like, you're just a freshman, you know, like. Even looking back on me now, you know, I would tell myself that, like, come on, dude. You know, you really think you're going to, you know, if someone just walked on the team, you know? But, I mean, yeah, it was good to have those close friends that stood by my side and support me the whole way, so.
So you're crowned champion. Now you're going to get everybody's best. How are you going to follow that up? How do you push yourself in practice? How do you push yourself in meets knowing that you're already faster than these guys? How do you get even better than that?
There's a part of me that is one, you know, there's a part of me that's one, and there's the other part of me that knows that even with that time that I won with, just because I showed up on that day, I'm not the fastest. I'm not the best. So I know that. I mean, the guy, you know, Devin Allen snuck up on me. I mean, he's a national champion, and then he goes on to win professional, you know, USA's in the short hurdles. Yeah. So it's like, you know, it's guys like that. It's like, how, you know, I know they're just so talented and that they're so much better than me that I have to push myself and do every little thing I can right.
CJ, if you were an animal, what would you be and why?
I'm gonna hit you with the cheetah real quick. You know, sleek, fast. I mean, it just seems like, you know, it just seems like me. You know, I always feel like when I'm going over a hurdle, you know, it's just got that sleek, like, you know, just like smooth, you know, really smooth, trying to be fast, right back down. So.
With all that said, who is CJ Allen?
You know, I want to be known as a guy, you know, who, you know, may not be respected by everyone, and that's fine, you know. Everyone's going to have people, you know. Everyone's going to have people. But when people look at me, I want to be that guy who's always doing the right things. I want to be that guy that people can look up to for doing the right things and getting to where I'm at by doing what's right.